started recording?
No.
All right, Pete Santori here. Welcome to a video from Software Automation where we answer questions that you have sent in. You can send questions to questions@softwareautomation.com. We'll do our best to answer them. So let's dig in. When are we going to see, as a normal way of manufacturing, factories fully operated by machines and with very little human intervention? Will this be a reality? So if you go inside of a manufacturing facility today, what you're going to see is about 90 to 95% of our clothes that you wear on a regular daily basis are done by hand. So you're going to see seamstresses. Obviously, they all have sewing machines or some type of machine around them. You'll also see people who the sewing process is automated. They call it semi-automated because there's still someone who has to feed the good into the machine. And that's mostly what has come into the apparel manufacturing space for innovation. It's incremental innovation, so it helps reduce the amount of skill needed to make a good, allowing manufacturers to hire people without a long training process. That's going to help cut costs for them. And so that's how most of the automation is done, or semi-automation is done today. So the future really is, when are you going to start seeing these machines be able to kind of feed the machine, feed the operation themselves, and then connect to each other? This is something that doesn't exist today. And so the question is, when are we going to see this, if we're going to see it? So yes, you're going to see this. The way you're going to see this is, for each automation, you really have to look at the whole product, how the whole product is constructed, how the material and how the different parts move through the construction process. And so once you understand each individual piece, then you can start to construct a material handling system for that product. Rather than just looking at kind of automating the sewing automation, you look at how you can construct the transportation process and the material handling, how to keep wrinkles out the whole way through. And so for us, we've started with t-shirts as really the main apparel good. In home goods, we've done simpler products like bath mats and automotive mats and pillows. But for us, t-shirts is really the first apparel good, and that's going to be between 10 and 15 operations. But again, it's all about how you're going to transport the good and keep it flat without wrinkles in between operations. And you'll see that at a mass scale. You'll see that in 5 years. So you'll see the next couple of manufacturers doing full automated production at the beginning of next year. Then you'll see that really start to take off within, let's call it 2 years from now. You'll start to see more and more. And within another 2 years after that, 2 to 3 years after that, everyone will be using that method to construct t-shirts. If you have more questions, please send it to questions@softwareautomation.com. Don't forget, if you like this information, to scroll down and subscribe. That lets us know that this is something you want more of. We'll look forward to next time.